Become a patron at www.patreon.com/Golden Era Bookworm for hard to find books, scans of rare photos, and articles on the golden era of bodybuilding. Hi everybody, Golden Era Bookworm here, and today we continue with the Marvin Eder series of interviews. So far we have heard from Marvin in regards to his early childhood, his genetic background, his stance on performance-enhancing drugs, and his recommendations on establishing a strong mind-muscle connection whilst training. And in this interview, Marvin explains the anatomical advantages he believed helped him achieve the strength levels and the muscular density he was well known for during the Silver Era. Let's hear directly from Marvin Eder now. Now with your strength, you were known back in the day, as I mentioned before, being pound for pound the strongest natural lifter, pretty much surpassing the strength of other heavier men like super heavyweights who weighed anywhere between 250 to 300 pounds. Yet you only weighed less than 200 pounds. What was the secret to your strength even though you were so small? Would you say you possessed thick joints or a superior bone structure that helped you with your leverage?
I think it had to do with the bone structure. I was born a certain way. My joints were very stiff.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have the flexibility.
Mm.
And that gave me extra strength. I remember watching a TV show once, and this guy came on. He says, I want everyone to stretch. Stretch. That's good. So I jumped up on a bar, and that's how I damaged my right shoulder. And I still have that damaged shoulder from stretching too much. But normally, I had stiffness in my joints that gave me extra strength. I was like a bridge that when you put extra steel on it, it could support a lot of weight. That's what I had in my body.
Yeah, it sounds like you had both a very strong tensile tissue in your bone, thick joints, and as you said, that limited flexibility may have actually helped in stabilizing the weight even further.
I agree with that, yes. I do agree with that.
Would you say you had this especially in your shoulders, and therefore this is why you had such phenomenal pressing power?
Yes, the deltoids, that was the secret of the power. The deltoids. Yes. So, I also loved reading a great deal about science and medicine. I really did.
Did you therefore study a lot of the human anatomy, the function of the muscles of the skeletal system? Would you say that you learned about that and therefore applied it to your training?
I would say that would be a good way to describe it. I was lucky also because I remember occasionally when I was lifting a very heavy weight, I slipped on the sand and I damaged my right knee. So that held me back. But I would have gone on probably to become one of the few men who could do a double body weight military press at 198 pounds, but I never got up that high because I injured myself.
Right.
But that I enjoy doing. I used to work out with 116-pound dumbbells, curls, presses with them. I got a big kick out of lifting heavy weights.
I've heard that you were the original Mr. Intensity. Would you say that one of the secrets to your strength was to also try to train with maximum weights every session?
Yes, yes. I will agree to that, yes.
And
I did get it.
go on, sorry.
I did. I did enjoy working out like that.
Wouldn't that affect your recuperative abilities then, or would you say you simply just had superior recuperative abilities to be able to constantly hit heavy weights week after week, session after session?
I think I was born with that ability to recuperate from lifting the enormously heavy weight. It felt so good.
To be honest, it's just so hard for me to fathom that kind of training. I believe every word you say. I mean, I think you were just blessed with such incredible human strength, superhuman strength, that most of us mere mortals simply cannot comprehend that kind of strength because we haven't lived it. Only you can, sir.
Yes, you have to enjoy doing it. And even though the way I worked out in the heat, we had a club, the East Side Barbell Club. Sometimes it would be freezing cold. We get no heat up there. Sometimes it would be very hot, but I enjoyed. And also there was a period of time where we believed, don't drink any water. Do not drink water. And you get stronger. So we didn't drink any water.
Maybe that's the secret.
Right? That was feel weird. Then we were told, drink water. So we drank water. One night, I didn't have any, I never took any supplements those days. Then later on, I believe, I started actually, I never told you this, I was working in a bakery at 9 years of age.
Okay.
9 years of age, I worked in a bagel bakery.
Right.
Because a friend of mine, a guy I knew, said, oh, his dad gave him $10 a week and to spending money. When I heard that, so I went over to my dad and I said, hey, Dad, could you give me $10 a week? He says, you want money? Go to work. There I was, now, working already.
Wow.
Going to school, working. It wasn't an easy life, but it didn't bother me. I always, in a bagel bakery, I never was someone who just worked out.
Mm-hmm.
Always was a working person. And that started at age of 9. We were essentially poor people.
Yep.
And but they were exciting days. And when you worked your way up and you got stronger and stronger, got more developed, that felt great. I had weird hours working in a bakery at night.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the days I would first get home, it would be about 5 or 6 in the morning, and then I'd first be up at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and my mother would have food ready for me. I'd eat, and then I'd hurry off to work out. Didn't give the food a chance to be digested even. Always worked.
In this interview, we have heard from Marvin Eder and how he has talked about his anatomical advantages, believing that it was the thick bones and joints he inherited that helped him achieve the strength and muscular density that he had back in the silver era. He talks of having thick joints and strong bones, and like many bodybuilders back then, I believe that he may have developed this strength during childhood, doing heavy labor. He states he worked in a bakery with his father for long hours during the mornings. He would then sleep, and in afternoons he would train. This reminds me of a video I did in the past on Sergio Oliva, another bodybuilder who was considered a genetic freak. It makes me wonder if they were genetic freaks at all, or if they were just used to lifting heavy all day long. Most of us cannot relate to that lifestyle, but like Sergio Oliva, who would work at a meat packing factory, hauling thousands of pounds of meat daily, Marvin Eder would also work for hours, lifting heavy sacks of flour day in, day out. Is it really genetics, or a combination of heavy labor and genetics during those developmental years of youth, which may help bring out those untapped sources that most of us probably possess, but no longer use because we, on the other hand, have a very sedentary lifestyle? When I hear Marvin talk about weights, he talks about it with love and describes it as almost child's play, with his incredible ability to curl and press dumbbells that were 116 pounds or heavier as a teenager. All that after having worked hours of hard labor, still having the energy to go to the gym. And of course, consider that strength and endurance with never having touched a steroid in his life. It is also interesting to note that Marvin talks about how he educated himself, studying books on anatomy and science to better his understanding of how the musculoskeletal system worked. No doubt this acquired knowledge helped a bit, but I can't help to realize that no matter how much one reads, one will never attain that strength and power unless one truly lives that life, in and out of the gym, like many of the greats did back then. A great example definitely is Marvin Eder. Now, if you're interested in learning more about Marvin Eder's training methods, I have several ebooks out, such as Developing Herculean Strength and Endurance, Developing a Huge and Powerful Chest, which explains Marvin Eder's bench press specialization programs, both at an intermediate and advanced level, as well as Developing Pressing Power, which is out now, and also talks about Marvin Eder's intermediate and advanced pressing power routines that he used to use back in the silver era. Also still available are several rare autographed photos of Marvin Eder. They are one of a kind and a truly collectible item, all available at www.goldenerabookworm.com. In conclusion, there is much to reflect on Marvin's words from this interview. It makes me question as to whether we are living a privileged life or one of great disadvantage. All our machines and technology have taken away our ability to do things with our own hands and bodies. Is this why we are succumbing to disease and weakness? The men of old were strong and great, and I think we should stop and think and reflect on what they did well and perhaps adopt the knowledge from their experience and wisdom. I do hope you have enjoyed hearing Marvin's words in this interview with the great man. If you've enjoyed the video, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the Golden Era Bookworm if you haven't done so yet, and please leave your comments. If you'd like to support the channel, please donate via PayPal, become a patron, and visit my respective websites for out-of-print books, magazines, autograph photos, and merchandise. That's it from me. Hope you enjoyed the video. This is the Golden Era Bookworm saying bye for now. To support your favorite YouTube channel, please visit teespring.com/store/goldenerabookworm for merchandise including t-shirts, hoodies, face masks, phone cases, and much, much more. Once again at teespring.com/store/goldenerabookworm. To take full advantage of my collaboration with Old School Labs, please visit their website and choose from their marvelous range of supplements using my code BOOKWORM12. And for an entertaining look at the history of bodybuilding's supplement industry, I would highly recommend watching Subs the Movie, which I have collaborated in, available at Amazon Prime and Vimeo.